Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. And if you're a Doctor Who fan like I am, then you'll most probably have seen the latest teaser trailer for Doctor Who Series 8. Yep, they released the teaser trailer for Doctor Who Series 8. It had no spoilers or anything, it was short, sweet and to the point. The Doctor will return to our screens this August. But before that trailer came out, there have been a lot of rumours going around about what the episodes would be about and which monsters will be included. And that brings me to my main topic of this video, which is the Daleks' return for this year. Yeah, a number of people have been getting pretty angry and making rant videos about why the Daleks shouldn't come back this year. Now, a lot of people have been saying that the Daleks have been overused since they came back in 2005, and I can see your point. I mean, they have been in every single series except for Series 6 since the return of the Doctor Who show in 2005. That doesn't count, it was just there to serve the plot. And yeah, I know they have been seen in every single series of Doctor Who since the show came back in 2005. Like, they were in Dalek, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways in Series 1. They were in Army of Ghosts and Doomsday in Series 2. They were in Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks in Series 3. They were in The Stolen Earth and Journey's End in Series 4. They had a short cameo in Waters of Mars. They were mentioned and Dalek ships were seen in The End of Time Part 2. They were in Victory of the Daleks, The Pandorica Opens and The Big Bang in Series 5. And I would talk about their appearance in Series 6 in the Weatherwind River Song, but like I said, it doesn't really count. That Dalek was just there to serve the plot. And they were in Asylum of the Daleks in Series 7, the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary movie, and the Time of the Doctor Christmas special. And for those of you who say that the Daleks have been overused and they should be given a break, I can see your point with that. I mean, they have been in every single series, except for one, which was just a cameo. And it was said that the BBC was originally going to give the Daleks a break so they could come back fresh and new the year after, or some other year after, probably, I don't know. But it was at Peter Capaldi's request that he faces the Daleks this year. Yeah, we all know it was Peter Capaldi's request to fight the Daleks this year. And I guess I could see why he would make that choice. I mean, some actors wouldn't feel like they're part of Doctor Who until they fought the Daleks. So my guess is he couldn't wait to face the Daleks. And I'm honestly looking forward to seeing how Peter Capaldi's Doctor will react against the Daleks. I mean, we've seen some of the other Doctors and how they react against the Daleks, from the classic series to the new series. And I really love how terrified and most of the time angry Christopher Eccleston's Doctor got when the Daleks came back in Series 1. I love how David Tennant was sometimes cool and mostly aggressive towards the Daleks when he was the Doctor. And I love how angry and aggressive Matt Smith's Doctor was against the Daleks in Victory of the Daleks. I mean, when's the last time you ever saw the Doctor hitting a Dalek with a big wrench? That was pretty badass. So yeah, I actually am looking forward to seeing how Peter Capaldi's Doctor will react against the Daleks. Even though I didn't really expect them to come back this year. But I honestly don't mind them coming back this year.
You suck!
Hear me out. And yeah, people do say that the Daleks should be given a break this year since they've been used in every single series since the show came back. But, like I said, I don't mind them showing up this year. I'm just hoping that they get better screen time than they did in Asylum of the Daleks. I mean, yeah, that was a pretty good episode, and it was pretty badass and scary to see insane Daleks and how their insanity has risen since they fought the Doctor. But, to be honest, the Daleks didn't really get much screen time in that episode. And it's kind of funny that they didn't, since their name was in the title of the freaking episode. And I know they did show up in the 50th Anniversary movie, but technically they weren't exactly the main villains of that special. It was just showing Daleks from the past. And I'll admit it was awesome to see the Time War, even if it was just the last day. I mean, we did get the Doctor talking about it, and the Daleks talking about it every now and then in the new series. And we got to see a little glimpse of it in The End of Time Part 2. But until the 50th Anniversary movie, we never really got to see the actual battle of the Time War. So the Day of the Doctor was the first time we got to saw the actual battle of the Time War, even if it was just the last day. And those Dalek ship above Gallifrey look freaking awesome. I'm not sure if any of you have noticed this, but the Dalek ships in the 50th Anniversary movie have more detail than they did when they first appeared in Series 1. So yeah, the BBC team obviously went a mile ahead to make the ships look more realistic and give them more detail in that special. And I know they were technically main villains in the time of the Doctor, since they were the longest species to stay on Trenzalore. I mean, we got like the Cybermen, the Sontarans, and the Silence show up in that episode, and even the Weeping Angels. But you could say that the Daleks were the main villains of that story because they stayed around the longest, including the Church. But like Asylum of the Daleks, they didn't get that much screen time, and I think they probably would have if the special was an extra 10 or 15 minutes longer than it was. I mean, there was a lot going on in that Christmas special, and it would have been nice to have had an extra 10 or 15 minutes so we could see a bit more of it. Yeah, there was a lot going on in that one. So I honestly don't mind that the Daleks are coming back this year. And if it is a two-part episode like they say it's going to be, I'm at least hoping that they give the Daleks a bit more credit this time. Unlike the Asylum of the Daleks episode. We all know that the new Power Ranger Daleks, as fans call them, aren't as good as the Time Warp Daleks, as I like to call them. But I honestly like the new Daleks. Yeah, I think these new Daleks look pretty cool. I honestly think it's really scary how they got those real eyeballs in their eye stalks. And they did kind of upgrade them in Asylum of the Daleks by making the red and blue Daleks darker and more metallic looking. And they were kind of overblown in the time of the Doctor. I mean, we didn't get to see one of them, but I'm assuming that the Supreme Dalek that was talking to the Doctor from the Dalek ship might have been the Dalek Supreme from the New Paradigm. But we never actually got to see them in that episode. We just got the Time Warp Daleks, which is pretty cool. So I'm hoping that the new Daleks as well as the Time Warp Daleks show up in this year's series. Because even though the new Daleks aren't exactly as good as the Time Warp Daleks, I don't think they deserve to be forgotten or gone forever. Plus, I love how in Series 7 onwards, how the Time Warp Daleks look clean from then on. I mean, they did look cool and the same from Series 1 onwards, but they were kind of weathered and looked like they just came out of battle, which was kind of the idea, I guess. I mean, they did just survive the Time War. But I like how these new Time Warp Daleks are really clean, like they were newly built Daleks. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Daleks this year. And I'm actually hoping that they give them more spotlight and that they get to kill more people, because, let's be honest, they haven't really killed anybody on screen since Victory of the Daleks. So yeah, make your argument that the Daleks have been overused and say that they deserve a break, and I can see your point. But I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the Daleks this year. And I'm not just saying this as a Dalek fan, but I'm saying this as a Doctor Who fan in general. Yeah, you've all guessed I'm a Dalek fan due to the title of my channel. And there's also the fact that I have a collection of Daleks, and the fact that a Dalek is the main character in Second Cut. And I also got to meet the voice of the Daleks, Nicholas Briggs, twice. Yeah, as if once wasn't good enough, I got to see him twice. That's freaking awesome for a Doctor Who and Dalek fan. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how the Daleks return in this year. And if it is a two-parter like they say it is, then I look forward to seeing the first two-parter Dalek story since Journey's End. I'm Dalek44. And fezzes are cool. And Daleks. Daleks are cool.